Have you noticed that running around the house because things aren't in their proper places is wasting your time every day? Every interruption while working is a step backward in maintaining order, making your home increasingly chaotic. Cooking and having to find scissors, changing clothes, and needing to go to another room for them, these small interruptions break the flow of everything. In this video, I'll share 7 simple tips inspired by the Japanese approach to organization to help you create a more efficient and well-organized living space. These changes will reduce interruptions, save time, and help you maintain your energy throughout the day. Start with the first tip to transform your space and stop enduring those unnecessary interruptions. Create a neat, harmonious, and energized living space just like the Japanese. I don't start by decluttering. I start by watching myself like reviewing security camera footage. A normal day goes by. I don't change anything. I just observe. My phone or a piece of paper stays nearby. Every time I have to stop what I'm doing to go get something, I write down one line. No thinking, no explaining, just the moment the action gets interrupted. It's like watching a fast-forwarded video. You don't care about emotions. You only see where things freeze, where you have to turn back. Those moments repeat, and they are exactly what drain your time and energy. I don't judge. I don't fix anything right away. I let things happen as usual so I can see where the problem actually is. When you look at your day as a sequence of actions, the bottlenecks become obvious. No intuition needed, just observation. By the end of the day, the list is very clear, not long but repetitive. Every time you stand up, you lose momentum. Every time you lose momentum, you lose energy. Added together, it's more exhausting than doing one big task. While cooking, I had to look for scissors 3 times in one day. While getting dressed, I had to walk to another room just to get underwear. When heading out, I was always missing one item and had to come back. These things shouldn't be happening if items were placed correctly. At this point, I apply the KonMari principle in the most practical way. I don't ask emotionally whether an item is needed. I ask in this specific action, what is actually required? Anything that doesn't directly serve that action leaves the area. Each interruption points to one place that needs adjustment. I only fix those exact points. After that, the number of times I have to stand up drops noticeably. Work becomes more continuous. The body feels less tired. Once you get used to observing this way, you'll notice there's one area in the house that causes a lot of interruptions every morning. That's the closet. The next video goes straight there to make mornings faster and cleaner. Next, the interruptions are now visible. I don't buy more containers. I don't try to make things look neat. I do one thing, only remove excess. The Danshari principle is very clear here. An item should exist only where it's actually used, not nearby, not just in case. Exactly at the point where the action ends. If an item isn't needed for that action, it leaves the area. Every extra step is you making things harder for yourself. When items are in the wrong place, your brain has to decide again, go or not grab it or not. Small decisions repeated over and over drain energy. That's why you feel tired without doing anything big. My work area is a clear example. Notes were on a shelf, pens in a drawer, chargers under the desk. Each item had a reason to be there. The result was constant standing up and bending down. Work got fragmented. When applying Danshari, I completely dropped the for convenience mindset. I keep only what actually supports a work session. What's needed stays within arm's reach while seated. What doesn't serve the action leaves the area. No keeping things just in case. No temporary placement. No negotiation. Another example is the sink area. If the towel isn't exactly where your hand reaches right after washing, the position is wrong. There's no adjusting by placing it for now. There are only 2 options: put it where it belongs or remove it. Once items are moved to their correct place, excess becomes obvious. You can clearly see which items are never used in that spot. At that point, removing them is easy. No thinking, no weighing options. The process is fast. Choose one action, identify where it ends. Keep only what's required for that action. Remove everything else. Stop there. The space is already less noisy. Now it's ready to move more smoothly. Once excess items leave the main area, another issue becomes clear. Things are in the right place, but your hand still reaches around too much. You're standing less, but there are still many small movements. At this stage, I don't remove more. I group. Kaizen applies here in a very practical way. No big changes, just reducing small repeated actions. Items that always appear together shouldn't be scattered. They should be taken out together and put away together. The problem isn't how many items you own, it's how many times you have to search. Every time your hand pauses to think, am I missing something? The flow slows down. Enough small slowdowns turn into fatigue. A clear example is leaving the house. Before, my wallet was in a bag, keys on a hook, earphones somewhere on the table. Every time I prepared to leave, there was a mental checklist. I rarely forgot anything, but I always had to double check. Once I grouped these 3 items into a fixed tray, the difference was obvious. I didn't need to remember. I just looked. If the tray was empty, something was missing. If it was full, I left. One clean motion. Another example is the work area. Notebook, pen, meeting, headset, charger all go into one drawer. I don't open any other drawers during a work session. My hands stay put. My attention stays intact. This is where Kaizen really shows its value. Each correct grouping saves only a few seconds. But more importantly, it prevents breaks in flow. Working continuously feels significantly easier. Start with one specific activity. Notice which items always appear together during that activity. Place them into one fixed tray or drawer. Don't organize by category, organize by action. At this point, the space isn't just tidy, it starts to run smoothly. Next, I don't notice this tip through feeling, but through body movement. In a normal workday, I look at how many times I stand up and why. Just watching the movement is enough for the problem to show itself. Some tasks flow well but still get interrupted because of one small missing item. Every time you stand up, you don't just lose time, you lose your train of thought. Enough interruptions like this, and by the end of the day, you feel tired without having done heavy work. The laundry area is a clear example. Detergent was in a cabinet, clothespins in another corner, the laundry basket slightly off to the side. Each wash involved short but constant movements. No item was wrongly placed on its own, but the whole process was scattered and energy draining. Applying the Mottainai principle here means using items at their full value. If something is used often but placed far away, it's being wasted. It exists, but it doesn't serve the action well. My approach is very direct. I stand in the exact spot where the action happens and reach out. If an item can't be reached in one step, its position is wrong. There are only 2 options: move it closer or remove it from the area. No keeping it as is. I don't buy new storage. I don't try to squeeze things in. I just relocate. Less used items naturally move out. Frequently used items stay within reach. When everything is in the right place, actions flow better. Less standing up, less lost momentum. The body feels lighter without effort. This part is complete. Moving on to the next step. I work on this tip once item positions are already stable. At this stage, I don't care about neatness or aesthetics. There's only one focus reducing actions. I apply this rule to one specific activity at a time, not the entire house at once. Each action should require opening only one drawer, no more. Every extra drawer you open adds one more decision. Every decision consumes energy. When a simple task forces you to open 3 or 4 different drawers, your brain is already tired before your hands even start working. Cooking is the easiest example. Before preparing a simple meal meant opening multiple drawers, knives in one place, cutting boards in another, ladles and spoons scattered. Each meal became a series of short but constant searches. After reorganizing, all tools for one meal sit in a single drawer. I open it once, use everything, then close it. No interruption. At this point, the effect of Shinrin-yoku becomes clear. With fewer actions, the space feels lighter. The mind isn't pulled into searching. You don't need to think much. You just do. The pace slows slightly but becomes steadier. Focus on one activity. Keep only the items required for that activity and place them together in one drawer or container. Anything that doesn't directly support the action moves out. No complex categorizing, no display style arranging. Just align with the action. Once you get used to this, you'll notice you open fewer drawers, close fewer drawers, and almost never rummage. At this stage, the house doesn't need to look tidier. It just needs to follow the right logic. This part ends here, moving to the next step. With this tip, I'm not trying to make the space look better. I'm making it feel lighter by removing things. I walk around the house and pay close attention to how my body moves. Anywhere I have to dodge, slow down, or adjust my steps, I take note. No analysis needed, just movement. Every time you have to avoid something, the brain switches into alert mode. Repeated alertness creates background tension. You don't notice it immediately, but living in that kind of space makes you tired even when you're not doing much. The entryway is the clearest example. Before there were baskets, temporary boxes, items waiting to be dealt with. Every time I walked in, I had to adjust my steps. After clearing it completely, the path became open. Movement turned natural. No attention needed, no avoiding. When space becomes empty, the value of wabi-sabi naturally appears. Beauty doesn't come from adding things or careful styling. It comes from having nothing extra. Empty space lets the body move freely and the mind relax. The rule is simple. Any item sitting in a walkway that doesn't directly serve movement needs to leave. No placing it for now. No waiting to deal with it later. A walkway exists for one purpose only, moving through it. After this, the house doesn't become bigger, but living in it feels noticeably lighter. Fewer collisions. Less distraction, less fatigue. At this point, I stop looking at individual items. I look at the main areas of the house and observe what I actually use every day. Daily use items stay. Items used infrequently leave these areas. I don't consider memories or value, only frequency of use. Main areas are where you live and move the most. When too many rarely used items sit here, you're constantly dodging, searching, rearranging. The space always feels crowded even though you don't actually need most of it. The living area and main wardrobe are clear examples. Clothes worn daily stay. Seasonal items, backups, rarely used pieces move to secondary storage. After adjusting every morning, I open the closet and immediately see what I need. No digging, no hesitation, no loss of momentum. Food follows the same logic. Items used daily stay in the main area. Long-term storage moves to secondary shelves. When cooking, I work only with what's needed for today without distraction from the rest. The principle of Ichigo Ichi shows clearly here. When space holds only what serves the present, the mind stays in the present too. It doesn't drift toward later or just in case. What you're doing feels complete. Identify the area you use most. Keep only daily use items there. Move everything else to secondary areas or storage. No need to throw things away immediately. Just remove them from the space you live in the most. Once finished, the space doesn't need to look neater, but the sense of enough becomes very clear. Finally, this tip is different from observing interruptions at the start of the video. That part focused on individual moments of disruption. Here, I step back. I stop tracking actions and look at how the entire space operates. I don't see the house as one flat area. I divide it into smaller zones, and each zone serves only one function. When function is clear, actions flow on their own. A quick walk through the house reveals the issue. Some areas carry too many roles at once. Cooking, eating, relaxing, working all overlap. Every activity change requires rearranging. Not because the place is messy, but because the space doesn't clearly state what it's for. The kitchen and dining area are classic examples. Before food items, entertainment items, and random objects were mixed together. Tasks weren't even finished before dealing with clutter. After separating them, the kitchen is only for cooking. The dining area is only for eating. Entertainment areas contain no kitchen items. Switching activities now means moving yourself, not moving objects. The work area follows the same logic. The desk holds only work-related items. No personal objects. No temporary placement. When sitting down, the space itself signals focus. The principle of harmonious flow lies in the flow of action. When each zone has a clear purpose, everything moves smoothly. Fewer collisions, fewer interruptions. No need to reset the space every time. The method is simple. Define the main function of each zone. Keep only the items that support that function. Everything else leaves the area. The house doesn't need to look tidier, but the space starts to work properly, and you stop rearranging things over and over for the same task. This is enough. No need to declutter more. Just look at one small area you've adjusted. When objects stop getting in the way, daily life starts running lighter on its own. The change isn't dramatic. The house doesn't need to look perfectly tidy. You just stand up, search less, and get interrupted less. Those small differences are what make a day easier. If you tried applying even one part of this, share how it felt. No big results needed. One small shift is enough to notice the difference. In the next video, I'll move to one very specific area, the closet. How to declutter and organize it so mornings start faster, cleaner, without standing in front of it too long. If this was useful, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll continue step by step. No rush.